Remember, you can purchase all of Dr. Morgan's products at her website at www.drjudymorgan.com. Now it's time to sit back, relax, and enjoy the show.
Morning, I got nothing prepared, so if you guys want to fire off a couple questions. Yeah, happy autumn. It's that time of year. It's cold.
Long sleeves.
Long sleeves. It's cold. So somebody, I got an interesting question this morning. Somebody asked if they could just schedule a short consultation because they just had general questions. My answer to that is, if you just have general questions about vaccines, parasite prevention, different foods and how to read labels, I would recommend starting out with my books. Start with Needles to Natural. If this doesn't answer a lot of those questions for you, then we should talk. But most of that stuff is going to be in here. So, save yourself some money. The book is under $20 and it'll answer a lot of questions. Yeasty ears quickly, chronic, and Jillian was grooming, shave underneath, raw feeding, not bad, but occasionally flares up. So it's damp heat, Marilyn. So it particularly certain times of the year or after grooming, if there's any moisture that gets in the ear, that can set it off. 104 degrees in Arizona. Well, it's 44 degrees in New Jersey.
It's just the way the world is.
'Tis the season. People will get colds now and everyone will freak out that it's cold. Oh, I know. It used to be, I was just reading an article this morning and a pet store owner said, it used to be that when somebody called out sick, you would just say, are you sure you can't come in and tough it through? And you got to get somebody to take your place. And now instead we go, no, stay home, please stay home. Don't come in. Best way to cook, I'll provide raw food for an old dog. Any way you want to. You can throw it on a cookie sheet and bake it. You can throw it in your slow cooker. Dennis at the expos has a little hot plate and a frying pan, and he just kind of stir fries it in there and stirs it around. So any way you want to. What do I have on canine diabetes nutrition? There is a chapter in here that talks about diabetes. There are recipes in the Yin and Yang book for diabetics. Basically, we got to get the carbs out of there. Why does your pup have so much mucus in her poop? Vet check, all blood work and fecal was good. Mucus is a sign of inflammation. Something in the diet does not agree. You've got a little bit of inflammation going on, which will get worse. That's heat. So you gotta change what you're feeding. Hyperthyroidism in cats, radioactive iodine is a possible cure. Interesting. I have a hyperthyroid cat consultation tomorrow. Radioactive iodine is great. It works very well, and we've had a lot of clients do that. Diet going forward is a high moisture meat-based diet. Same thing I would recommend really to keep any cat healthy, but that's because hyperthyroid cats are more prone to kidney disease, so we absolutely want that high moisture. And no, you don't have to restrict protein. Fine to poke the CoQ10 and just put the liquid in? Yeah, absolutely. Elevated SDMA with all other parameters normal. Cause for concern, calcitriol? No. Don't start calcitriol. Not a cause for concern at this point. I would look at, is the urine concentrated? Is there any protein in the urine? There's a lot of other parameters. And that SDMA, that's a very mild elevation. And at that level, it could be that your dog was a little dehydrated that day. You may check it on another day and it could be down in the normal range. So Ringworm Foster, how often should I bathe her in the medicated shampoo? You could do it every day. Or bathe and then apply the topicals that we talked about, and then maybe bathe only 2 or 3 times a week. Anything better to dry up mucus in a megasophagus dog currently on the Balhoan, and I can't read that. Still a lot of mucus, eats answers, meatballs. There is actually a phlegm formula through Jing Tang Herbal. Dr. Shea has a phlegm formula that might help, and also feed foods that drain phlegm. So clams, pears, even if you just put some pear juice in there. I don't know how you're feeding that dog, but if you're pureeing things, those are certainly things you could puree in with that. Your cat gets nebulized with albuterol for asthma. Could this be causing his yeasty ears? Sure. Albuterol is an immune suppressant. I had one patient that they were nebulizing the cat so much it lost all of its hair. It was a bald, naked cat. It had a steroid overload that was unbelievable. How many veggies to use in your fermented veggies recipe in your yin and yang book? However many you want. Can I call and have the pharmacy ship me the bear gel? Are you talking about the Remend? Because we don't carry it in the office. I mean, we could special order it. I order it special for my guys, but we don't carry it to sell. No, Lily, I'm really not concerned about the mercury. It just, you got to source from clean waters as much as possible. Dog with pancreatitis, can't wrap my head around his care moving forward. Does anything stop the continued weight loss? Well, unless he has chronic ongoing pancreatitis, he shouldn't have chronic weight loss. And maybe you need to add digestive enzymes to help him if his pancreas isn't working as well as it was. Is there a Chinese herb for anal glands? Depends what the anal gland problem is. Thank you, Cynthia. That's very nice. What's good for a cough that sounds like they're hacking up a hairball? Honey, local honey. Do dogs get vitamin D from the sun? No, they do not.
You said honey, I was great.
Hugh jumped up when I said honey. No, not that honey. Just a spoon, a fingerful of honey works very well. There you go. Somebody says, I heat our patties at 250, 20 minutes if not frozen, 30 minutes if frozen. They are warm, not hot. Game changer for my sensitive chocolate lab. Yeah, absolutely. Okay. My 15-and-a-half-year-old Chihuahua is peeing every 5 minutes and then drinking it. Has been on prednisone for IBD. Could he possibly be diabetic? Oh, I'd get that dog in for lab work yesterday. You definitely need to get that checked out. That is not normal. Went from science diet sensitive belly to carnivore and primal. 2 Yorkies. Seems like they don't eat as much. Is that normal? Yep. They don't need as much. Good morning from North Carolina. Is it cold down there too? Early signs of kidney disease in dogs, usually nothing. If it's early kidney disease, usually nothing. Maybe increased thirst and urination, maybe a little bit of dryness to the coat, maybe a little loss of color in the nose. Okay, where do you buy carnivore food? Pet stores, good pet stores, independent retailers. And somebody from Israel just said they started importing it into Israel because they're trying to up their game over there and get people to feed better food. So that's awesome. Yes, goat milk is enough for your probiotic. If it's a fermented raw goat milk, like the Answers goat milk, that has tons of probiotic in it. Is there a natural alternative to a CSF reducer for SM? Yeah, actually, Lynn, I have a few videos on that for diet, and I think I have a couple of blogs. So if you Google my name with SM or syringomyelia, you might come up with some of those. And we actually have a new product that we're going to reveal probably next week for SM dogs. So it can be used for arthritis dogs as well. Okay, I got to go to work. So sorry we don't get through very many of these when I got to get to work. But supporters, I'm going to hope for Friday night we'll do some more case studies. Because they're fun. They're fun. Got a glare. That's better. Got us a glare. All our lights are in the basement. Cats and dogs for honey. Yeah, they can both have it. If you got sludge in the anal glands and they're really thick, you've got to add more moisture. Chihuahua with nasal mucus all year round. Again, phlegm draining foods. That's probably an allergy if you've got it all year round, unless it's an old dog that's got a more serious problem. You might need a workup on that. Okay, gotta go to work.